I'm Samantha Bond, and I play Moneypenny.
James, where are you?
Oh, Moneypenny. I'm just up here at Oxford, brushing up on a little Danish.
You always were a cunning linguist, James.
She's M,
Don't ask.
and I'm the secretary.
Don't tell.
I first met Judy nearly 10 years ago now, I think, when she directed me in Much Ado About Nothing, which we did on the stage with Ken Branagh.
And I've known her for a long time.
Ken and I then did Romeo and Juliet on the radio, and Judy was the nurse.
I was at Central with her father.
We've done The Importance of Being Earnest with her being Bracknell and me being Gwendolen.
He's about to play my daughter in a play at the National.
Our paths crisscross throughout the years.
It's rather incestuous, isn't it, all of it?
Other people seem to have a much clearer idea of who Moneypenny is than I do. She's become, over the years, a sort of an icon that many people feel they know terribly, terribly well.
Good evening, Moneypenny.
Good evening, James. When I first got the job, and I was rather daunted and wasn't sure what I was taking on, because you take on a huge mantle of responsibility. And there's an awful lot of people not wishing to be let down by you.
Never seen you after hours, Moneypenny. Lovely.
Thank you, James. I think it's more interesting to be playing a strong, independent woman.
Out on some kind of professional assignment, dressing to kill.
We all find this crushing, 007. When I don't sit at home every night praying for some international incident, so I can run down here all dressed up to impress James Bond. Though there is still the quiet longing.
What would I ever do without you?
As far as I can remember, James, you've never had me. But as a modern woman, you deal with that in a different way.
Hope springs eternal.
You know, this sort of behavior could qualify as sexual harassment.
Really? What's the penalty for that?
Someday you have to make good on your innuendos. I was so immensely proud of what a good film GoldenEye was, really. It's the most huge following that the films have. I mean, the mail that I get from Moneypenny that goes on. Sign here, please. I had one like 2 days ago saying it's this huge envelope saying from 16 loyal fans. And they'd obviously all sat around having this dinner and written me this letter and all signed it at the bottom. And it was the bizarrest thing.
I believe you once had a relationship with Carver's wife, Paris.
I didn't realize it was public knowledge.
Queen and country, James.
I was once having coffee with a girlfriend in Richmond, which is near where I live. And apparently I was completely oblivious to it. The woman sitting beside me was literally going, like that. And you want to say, haven't you recognized me? I'm looking like a tired mother with no makeup on. But they do. And it's very strange.
Elliot Carver had the world's first ever stealth boat designed and built by John Richardson.
My name's John Richardson, and I'm the model effects supervisor for Tomorrow Never Dies. A lot of movies, but particularly these type of movies, there are a lot of things that you can't do for real. There are scenes which take place on one of Her Majesty's frigates, and the Royal Navy were kind enough to allow us to shoot on one, but they didn't have a good enough sense of humour to let us sink one.
Knock, knock.
So when it comes to sinking a ship, obviously we have to revert to other methods, and model being the best way of doing it.
Brace, brace, brace.
We're filming this at the water tank in Rosarito Bay in Mexico, which was actually built for James Cameron's Titanic movie. We're using it because it is literally the biggest and best water tank in the world. I mean, it's the only place to do a sequence like this. The tank itself holds 17 million gallons of water, so it enables us to do everything in what looks like a natural sea environment, but obviously a totally controlled situation. This is the villain ship in the story. Well, it's 1/8 scale. It's 55 feet long. It weighs probably 3.5 tons. The two ships took about 3.5 months to construct. The design of the Stealth was actually going on while we were building it, which made it a rather sort of time-consuming thing. The detail that goes into the construction, which is all, you know, part of the whole model scene, is getting the ship moving against the water at the right speed and then filming it at the right speed, because water is probably one of the most difficult things to shoot and miniaturize. It's supposed to represent a ship 240 feet long. We're going to do part of the sequence where it blows up. It's the typical Bond end sequence where the baddie gets his comeuppance. The Stealth is being shelled by the frigate. It's already been hit a few times, and now we're going to hit it a few more times. That's what makes it all worth doing.
Typical 007. He has to blow everything up. Now, that ship would have been quite something to study. Anyway, the final part of this briefing covers Commander Bond himself. I've gathered together the thoughts and opinions of all who've worked with him recently. I've not included my own thoughts.
Now, after 32 years, I think there's a real romance with it.
He's a character that most people absolutely love.
Whether you like it or not, he's still, you know, the ultimate playboy.
If you do it right, then it can be very appealing.
I'm trying to find someone who didn't grow up with the Bond series.
You realize that people are closet Bond fans. I mean, I grew up with it.
I was an addict, so I saw, I don't know, maybe the first 5 or 8, and then I didn't see all of the rest. And then I thought GoldenEye was terrific, and the chance to do one of these was just too wonderful.
There was one friend of mine, I mean, he's in the business, he's a manager. I didn't realize he was such a Bond fanatic. So I became like the Pope to him. It was a bit crazy.
It's like with the guys, it's like, I want to be James Bond, you know, because he's like incredible, invincible, he's sexy, he always gets all the great-looking babes, you know.
Most interesting sort of mystery thrillers that there are.
He has a license to kill people.
There's the locations, there are the women, there are the gadgets, there are the toys, and standing amidst all of this is the guy himself, I mean, Bond.
He can do anything he wants and he can get away with it.
Who doesn't know? It's like you've grown up with him.
They just have a wonderful formula, and it's one of the only films where having a formula actually works for you, because you get to play with it, you get to make changes and then refer to things that are in the past. It's really great.
But to play the role is great fun. I mean, it's hard work, and you don't want to let anybody down. You want to do the best you possibly can.
The well-loved character, and to be part of it is like being part of something very special.
Playing the character, it's like Jekyll and Hyde now, really. It's him. It's him and me and him, you know. And every now and then he comes out.
Pierce has established himself as Bond. He is the James Bond.
I mean, I like the guys in between, but I think he is the first person after Sean to be the true successor.
Everywhere we go here in Thailand, I mean.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's amazing the press we had at our news conference. The turnout was sensational.
Pierce Brosnan. Who's that? No.
Oh, he's so unattractive. It's miserable.
People in the streets, we think you're him.
We're friends now.
He's very, very funny.
When I started telling people in Hollywood that I was going to do it, and everyone across the board says that Pierce is the nicest person in the world to work with, and I really found that to be true.
Does that tickle?
He makes you feel very, very much a part of what is his film. And he makes you want to be good and supportive and behind him, and he's a lovely leader.
Bond. James Bond. Bloody great.
So there you have it. a full and comprehensive briefing on the world of 007. I would just like to re-emphasize the highly classified nature of this material and remind you not to share any of this information with anyone. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to be off. I understand M is already briefing Bond on his next assignment. No doubt my help will be needed and unappreciated.